Which conspiracy theory do you believe is true? Throwback Thursday was invented so that social media apps, mainly Facebook, could build and develop facial recognition technology showing the faces of people over time. And all the Snapchat and Instagram filters are part of it as well, mainly to get people to take more photos of themselves in different angles and lighting and places for the database. I just watched a PBS Frontline episode this morning on the Xinjiang region of China. They go in depth, in one portion of the show, about the cameras and facial recognition that is used in Xinjiang to identify Uyghur Muslims. The documentary is excellent, very eye-opening, and rather disturbing learning more about the atrocities being committed there. The technology used is just a small tidbit, but still worth watching for. I've always thought that competition reality shows purposefully send someone home each season that deserves to stay, so that people get mad and talk about it online and get other people interested in watching the show. Last season of MasterChef was so obvious from the beginning who they wanted to win. I can't even remember her name because she wasn't impressive at all and should have gone home early in the competition. The kid who should have won was so much more talented, creative, and risky, but they didn't want him to win because he comes from a wealthy family and the woman who did win came from a poor background and has a dead mom. Governments spread wild and crazy conspiracy theories to discredit conspiracy theorists and make them look like lunatics. That way, when someone actually finds a real conspiracy, people will just go, oh, it's one of those crazy guys. Muddying the waters is an old political game, and it's being played more actively today than ever before. Anti-vax. Flat Earth. No moon landings. Another example was the UFO stuff at Roswell. People believing in UFOs provides great cover for developing spy planes like the SR-71 and stealth aircraft without arousing suspicion. It's called a disinformation campaign, a form of psyops. Countries have been doing it since the early 1900s. I believe they have cloned humans. Not only have they cloned them, they've used the cloning techniques to harvest organs to keep other powerful people alive. Plus they keep those clones in an enclosed compound where they are all raised to believe they are survivors of an apocalyptic event. With the only remaining safe place on Earth outside being a paradise island some of them are occasionally sent to after winning a lottery. Beyoncé is actually 10 plus years older than she says she is, and Solange isn't her sister, she's her daughter, and it was hidden to help Beyoncé's career. Gabrielle Union has stated before she and Beyoncé were friends in the same age. Gabrielle Union is 47. Beyoncé is stated as being 38 currently. There was some pretty advanced civilization thousands of years before us. For example, there is a huge stone wall complex that's said to have been built by the Incas. The thing fits together like Legos. Literally. You can't stuff a blade between the rocks. The complex is built in a way that it can withstand earthquakes of really high magnitudes, and one of the biggest rocks in the structure is so heavy most modern cranes couldn't lift it. Consumerism is a massive hoax hiding in plain sight. A handful of sly and powerful exploiters have tricked billions of people into believing they need to constantly buy things to survive. For most Westerners, endless consumption has become an unquestioned state of being. Billions of people have voluntarily enslaved themselves because they cannot stop craving more. If people abruptly stopped buying everything except the necessities, it would cause more damage than World War I and II combined. Most of the world's countries would cease to be. This month may be a proving ground for that. 30 days to break a habit. The government uses tragedies and chaos to push through legislation that would be under scrutiny from their citizens under normal times. Right now during the COVID-19 thing, the USA government is passing a bill that lets them in on any conversation. Media is pushing that healthcare workers are heroes, so when this is over and there is a pile of dead doctors and nurses, the conversation will be about our heroic sacrifice, not the failure to protect us to begin with. If you go to the subreddit r/nursing, a lot of medical professionals agree, as do I. All the government, hospitals, CDC or whatever have to do is provide proper PPEs. We all know this, the world knows this. The CDC is changing their procedure daily, and outright lying to the medical community about masks and PPE effectiveness. A hospital literally fired a nurse for using GoFundMe to buy PPE for her and her colleagues. And they are firing whistleblowers and people who refuse not to wear masks left and right. They are definitely setting this whole hero worship of medical personnel up to cover the backlash for not allowing and providing the gear needed as the bodies started to pile up. God forbid we do the right thing by this community as a country. Thanks for listening. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell for more videos. Click the right box for the conspiracy playlist. Let us know in the comments what you think about these theories. And share your own theory in the comments below.